Iowa moves into the final regular season week of the year, needing a win to become the fourth team under Kirk Ferentz to win 10 games during the regular season. It comes on a short week, and the Hawks, they have to hit the road looking to win its 7th straight against a Husker squad that has performed a lot better than what the record says.
You know, just being willing to accept the challenge, that it is a challenge. You know, it's a shorter, more condensed period of preparation. You know, we try to be careful about what we ask them to do, physically and mentally.
It's going to come down who wants it more and who's the most detailed and who's going to fight for it. Because no matter what team you play in the Big Ten, they know who you are.
Definitely have to understand that anything can change on Friday, especially, you know, with definitely a new quarterback. We understand how he's going to play, how he's going to, you know, think about the game, how he's going to read our defense. So we really don't completely know, but we definitely have a strong idea on how their offense is going to come out on Friday.
The Hawkeyes kick off at 12:30 Friday in Lincoln. That game is on BTN. Scott Frost still yet to win against the Hawkeyes. Iowa will shoot again for its 7th straight win against Nebraska, as the Huskers are going to be without their star quarterback Adrian Martinez. The college football playoff rankings came out tonight. Georgia remains at number 1. Some shuffling, though, for the rest of the top 5. Ohio State jumps Alabama to number 2. Alabama now number 3, and Cincinnati becomes the first group of 5 team ever to crack the top 4 in the CFP rankings. That is a huge deal. Michigan is number 5, so the battle at the Big House even bigger this Saturday between the Wolverines and Buckeyes. Iowa does move up a spot to number 16 as well this week. Iowa State will try to finish the regular season about above 500 for the 5th straight season under Matt Campbell. John has more on the senior class that will be honored before the kickoff against TCU.
Colin, on Friday, Iowa State will enter senior day with a 6-5 record, a place no one really expected them to be. But as they send these 23 seniors out with the proper pomp and circumstance, just remember they've put up the foundation for years to come.
Iowa State hasn't sustained success ever in football. Right, I mean, what has happened over the last 5 years is never happened in the history of this school. So I think what they're showing is it's capable. What they're showing is, man, you got a guy like Randy's asking a great question about Brees, Charlie. You're asking some of the best players, have they ever had the best player at their position in college? No. So what they're showing is all these things are real. These things can happen.
When Campbell was telling me all that kind of stuff, you know, as a recruit, I was like, yeah, I'm all about that. I want to go do that. I know that I have the ability to, you know, go and help a program out. And I know that if my head coach has that kind of vision and passion, then we'll be just fine. And so when he was telling me that, I was like, I'm all in, let's do it. And so ever since that moment, it's been, you know, all about Iowa State and building this program.
If there's any ego or any sense of ego here, we try to nip it at the bud because in order to have everybody to buy in, it's got to be a selfless act. And I think this class, we just naturally kind of had that humility about us, all wanting to work and, you know, make the place a little bit better than what it was. And so I think that's where it started. And then, you know, just keep buying into Campbell's vision and just leading however we can.
The Cyclones are bowl eligible for the 5th straight season. They'll look to move to 7-5 against the TCU Horned Frogs Friday afternoon here at Jack Trice Stadium. That'll do it from Ames. John Schaeffer, Local 5 Sports. Colin, back to you.
Iowa State and TCU kick off 3:30 this Friday. That's on FS1. A reminder, you'll be able to bring your own snacks for the game, as concessions will be limited due to staffing shortage in Ames.